We're going to get into the show. The Great Reset. This is crazy. This is absolutely, this is amazing. It's definitely amazing. But it's crazy. So the Great Reset and the Globalization 4.0 plan. I don't know why I'm laughing because it's not funny. Check this out. Here we go. This thing keep trying to fall. Y'all ever heard of the World Economic Forum? You all can check out weforum.org. I'm telling you, World Economic Forum. This is not a game. I'm not playing. This is not hysteria. I'm not trying to like be on some conspiracy stuff, dude. I'm not playing. For real, this is it. And not to say that this is something to be concerned about, but this is definitely something to be watching and see what's going on as this pandemic, progresses and as these people start to get into position. Look, the context. I'm telling you, the Great Reset. Jump into Google, type in the Great Reset, and WE Forum. It's the World Economic Forum. FORUM. Just jump. We can do this together. The context: the COVID-19 crisis and the political, economic, and social disruptions it has caused. So we blame everything on the virus still. Is fundamentally changing the traditional context for decision making. The inconsistencies, inadequacies, and contradictions of multiple systems, from health and financial to energy and education, are more exposed than ever amidst a global context of concern for lives, livelihood, and the planet. Leaders find themselves at a historic crossroads, managing short-term pressure against medium and long-term uncertainties. I think I'm playing with this. I ain't playing. The opportunity. As we enter a unique window of opportunity to reshape the recovery, this initiative will offer insights to help inform all those determining the future state of global relations. Okay, so check this out. This initiative for insights. Man, I be reading. I be studying. I be sitting around people. What you doing? I'm studying. You think I'm a nerd? I'm a super nerd. I love being a nerd. I don't care. This initiative will offer insights to help inform all those determining the future state of global relations. So this is going to inform the people who are going to determine the future state of global relations. You understand what I'm saying? The direction of national economies, the priorities of societies. My goodness, what are we talking about here? The nature of business models and the management of a global commons, drawing from the vision and vast expertise of the leaders engaged across the forum's communities. The Great Reset Initiative has a set of dimensions to build a new social contract that honors the dignity of every human being. Yo, I need to draw y'all attention to what is going on right now, man. If you're just joining the show, man, we're talking about the Great Reset. Globalization 4.0 plan. We're talking about the World Economic Forum. Y'all can pull this up on your phones. You can pull this up on your laptops, your PCs, whatever you need to do. Do your dance. Because while this stuff is going on, while these riots are going on, while all this stuff is going on, these global future determining people, you know what I mean, on the planet are making moves and they're making plans and we're not included. You understand what I'm saying? Look, I want to speak about opportunity. All right? Opportunity is everywhere. In 2020, so many opportunities lay at our fingertips through the internet, through social media, and centralized databases that, in my opinion, there is no reason or excuse to pour anymore. I know it's some crazy stuff to say, but I'm truly standing here saying, in this day and age, in the age of information, there's no reason nor excuse to be poor anymore. We live in the age of information. This is true, but what is information without purpose? What is knowledge without action? Those among us, those that apply intention and action to knowledge and information. We may appear to be exceptional or gifted, possibly divine, yet we, specifically me, so L, are all generally, in you, all of us, equal. We're equal in ability, and we're typically equal in life expectancy and opportunity. The differences manifest when action or inaction is measured. I hope y'all follow what I'm saying. Some say good and evil in action. As speaker of truth, it is my duty not only to attempt to speak to those that can hear, but also to bring awareness to your greatness, bring awareness to your divinity, and to bring awareness to your abilities. All of you, all of us. This mission and its results are a happy occasion, and celebrations are welcome and encouraged. The reunification of our family unit is the charitable purpose of the foundation, specifically through trust and trust education. I say this because my family was tore up. And I understand firsthand what it's like to come up in a tore up family without this information, without this knowledge, and without a purpose. Thus, I created the foundation. Freedom is sweet and it's deserved after all the work of trusteeship. These pleasantries acknowledged through hard work, consistency, dedication, and sacrifice are beautiful. Yet since I possess certain keys, which I do, I possess certain keys, I know that extremes meet. An example, the double or opposite of the pursuit of the foundation, okay, and me, so L, would be something like the World Economic Forum. As I have initiated in trust the pursuit to educate my people, to bring my people out of economic ignorance and jetic servitude, which I would consider a noble cause, of course, but I understand as I possess certain keys that there is a such thing as polarity, and there exist opposites. And if I, so L, stand here with what I consider to be a noble cause, charitable cause, in what is to be known as the Foundation LLC Trust, I know that there are those who stand opposite of me, which in turn would be opposite of us. Would you not agree? So what I'm saying is we need to understand what's going on the other side, as well as frolic and be happy and fun and also carefree on this side, because extremes meet and we must be prepared. So what I'm telling you is reset, a unique twin summit to begin in 2021. The Great Reset would be the theme of a unique twin summit in January 2021, convened by the World Economic Forum. The Great Reset is a commitment to jointly and urgently build the foundations of our economic and social system for a more fair, sustainable, and resilient future. Okay, so these are the reasonings being used for this Great Reset. I want y'all to follow the move. It requires a new social contract centered on human dignity. Last time I remember in history that I've learned reading about a new contract was FDR, y'all. The New Deal. It requires a new social contract centered on human dignity, social justice, and where societal progress does not fall behind economic development. The global health crisis has laid bare long-standing ruptures in our economies and societies and created a social crisis that urgently requires decent, meaningful jobs. Check this out. They're scared. I think they're scared of the people. The Twin Summit will be both in-person and virtual, connecting key global, governmental, and business leaders in Davos with a global multi-stakeholder network in 400 cities around the world around the world for a forward-oriented dialogue driven by the younger generation. They got us. The Great Reset will be the theme of a unique twin summit, blah, blah, blah. The 51st World Economic Forum annual meeting will bring together global leaders from government, business, and civil society and stakeholders. Stakeholders in what? The global society? From around the world in a unique configuration that includes both in-person and virtual dialogues. Quote, we only have one planet, and we know that climate change could be the next global disaster with even more dramatic consequences for humankind. We have to decarbonize the economy in the short window still remaining and bring our thinking and behavior once more into harmony with nature, end quote. This is Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. Quote, in order to secure our future and to prosper, we need to evolve our economic model and put people and planet at the heart of a global value creation. If there is one critical lesson to learn from this crisis, it is that we need to put nature at the heart of how we operate. We simply can't waste more time. This is His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, fam. Not playing with y'all, not playing with y'all. If I sound angry, it's because I'm passionate. Quote, the Great Reset is a welcome recognition that this human tragedy must be a wake-up call. We must build more equal, inclusive, and sustainable economies and societies that are more resilient in the face of pandemics, climate change, and the many other global changes we face. This is Antonio Gutierrez, Secretary General of the United Nations. Oh, yeah, the United Nations is involved in this. Oh, you thought not? You thought not? And you know how much we here at High Frequency love the UN. Oh, yes. The Great Reset. Where was I at? A Great Reset is necessary to build a new societal contract that honors the dignity of every human being. The global health crisis is laid bare. We said, well, okay, nor can we turn our backs on the evils of racism and discrimination. We need to build into this new social contract our intergenerational responsibility to ensure that we live up to the expectations of the young people. Who are the young people? We'll get to that in a second. COVID-19 has accelerated our transition into the age of the fourth industrial revolution. Have you ever heard of that? We have to make sure that the new technologies in the digital, biological, and physical world remain human-centered and serve society as a whole, providing everyone with fair access. This global pandemic has also demonstrated again how interconnected we are. We have to restore a functioning system of smart global cooperation structured to address the challenges of the next 50 years. The Great Reset will require us to integrate all stakeholders of global society into a community of common interest, purpose, and action. We need a change of mindset, moving from short-term to long-term thinking, moving from shareholder capitalism to stakeholder responsibility. Environmental, social, and good governance have to be a measured part of corporate and governmental accountability. This innovative summit will be a very different annual meeting reflecting the spirit of the Great Reset. It will provide a unique opportunity at the beginning of 2021 to bring together the key global government and business leaders in Davos, yet framed within a global multi-stakeholder summit driven by the younger generation to ensure that the Great Reset dialogue pushes beyond the boundaries of traditional thinking and truly is forward-oriented. To do so, the World Economic Forum will draw on thousands of young people in more than 400 cities around the world who will be interconnected with the powerful virtual hub network to interact with leaders in Davos. The announcement of the Great Reset was made by His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, and Professor Schwab during a virtual meeting, followed by statements by UN Secretary General Antonio Gutierrez and IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva. Yo, and you can check it out. There's a video where the Prince of Wales, the Prince of England or whatever, he jumps on, he's talking and stuff, man. Yo, you think I'm playing? And they talk about they're going to bring the people together and they're going to listen to the young people. You know what the young people are, right? You ever heard of the Global Shapers community? The Global Shapers community is more than 420 hubs and over 11,000 Global Shapers and alumni. What are the Global Shapers, you ask? Oh, no problem. Well, here we go. Globalshapers.org. A tipping point. With the largest youth population in history, there is an unprecedented opportunity for young people to take an active role in shaping the future. This generation has inherited enormous global challenges, but has the ability to confront the status quo and offer youth-led solutions for change. Oh, okay. So this is youth-led solutions for change. So this is what these guys were talking about at the World Economic Forum. Well, I would like to know more. Okay, let me read more. A grassroots network. Grassroots. Born out of the World Economic Forum. Oh, okay. It was born out. Okay. The Global Shapers community is a network of inspiring young people under the age of 30 working together to address local, regional, global challenges. With more than 7,000 members, the Global Shapers community spans 369 city-based hubs in 171 countries. In each city, teams of shapers self-organize to create projects that address the needs of their community. Projects are wide. Okay, it sounds great. A global footprint. Shapers look for opportunities. Yeah, that sounds great. Power of teams. Is a student of Global Shapers. I like it. Let me read more. Shapers in the World. In 2011, Professor Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, founded the Global Shapers. Oh, so the professor who introduced this whole Great Reset with the Prince of Wales, the Prince of England or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He's the one who founded the Global Shapers. Oh. But he founded it to empower young people to play an active role in shaping local, regional, and global agendas. The Global Shapers community is a nonprofit organization registered in Geneva, Switzerland, and housed at the World Economic Forum. The forum's contribution to the Shapers organization includes significant financial and in-kind contributions for operational support, including staff time, technology tools, and opportunities to interact and collaborate with this membership network. Oh, okay. So the Global Shapers were created by the same person who is in cohorts with the Prince of Wales over there in England to pop off this whole Great Reset. Y'all need to watch this video. Go to www.weforum.org/great-reset and watch the video and check out what the Prince says. And I'm quoting. Check this out. They say we need to capture the imagination and will of humanity. They're calling on restoration of biodiversity, which I agree with. Talking about changing the relationship between, check this out, and y'all need to watch this so y'all know I'm not, because I could be lying. I could be absolutely telling straight up lies right now. But my man said, actually, it's not my man. I don't even know this man. I don't even know if he's a man. I don't know what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? But what who they call the Prince of Wales said, changing the relationship between wild, domestic, and human animals makes pandemics more likely. Human animals. This is how this dude is talking. Y'all need to watch this video and see how they're talking. Reorientate our long-standing incentive structures. You know what that sounds like? Sounds like a great reset. They want to reorientate our long-standing incentive structures for what? Incentive structures for business, for profit, incentive structures for going to work, incentive structures for what? What long-standing incentive structures? Y'all got to, rebalance investments, accelerating sustainable investments. He said there's a unique but rapidly shrinking window of opportunity, an opportunity we have never had before and may never have again. This is the Prince of Wales. He also said carbon pricing. Carbon pricing equals, to me, carbon tax. Yep. And ultimately, I hate to boil this whole thing down into it being about money, and really ultimately if it's about money then it's about energy, but that's what it is. To me, this is what I see it being about energy. This great reset that they're talking about, it's already happening. It's already happening. I think the push out to 2021 in this summit, it doesn't matter. Once they start announcing this stuff, you got to understand the International Monetary Fund pushes policy through white papers, and then in the white paper they say that it's not pushing policy, even though you can look at the history of these things and see that it's pushing policy in banks and financial institutions. With these global shapers, these young people who are sponsored by this Klaus dude and this Prince cat. Look, and I ain't talking Prince Nelson. You know what I'm saying? I do not in any way, shape, or form believe that these fools have our best interest in mind, and I think a lot of this stuff is going to catch a lot of us off guard. So what I'm saying is not only is the value of this United States currency continuing to fall and going to continue to fall, and I showed you through the current events that they're putting out in the newspapers for all of us to see, but we have a global initiative to create a new social contract through this Great Reset, World Economic Forum. I'm serious. Y'all probably was like, yo, that was a cool name for the show. No, I copied and pasted this name from the World Economic Forum. It's a crazy name for what they're actually doing and about to do, and actually have already started, fam. They've already started it. So what does this mean? To me, what it means is the value of the currency is going to continue to plummet while there's going to be new systems and incentive structures that are going to be erected right before our eyes, and they're going to be implemented, powered up before most of us even understand what happened, what's going on, and how this implicates or affects us, my family, my everyday living, my life, my nutrition, so on and so forth. That's number one. Number two, here comes the carbon tax. They're about to make us feel bad for the shit that they, excuse my language, but for the shit that they did with their corporations to the planet, and they're going to tax the people and call it a carbon tax and say, you know, in order to become carbon neutral. And how are they going to tax the people? They're going to tax the corporations, and the corporations, through their goods and services, are going to pass that tax on to the people who are buying and purchasing the goods and services, with further deflated currency. And I also have been told that there's going to be a food shock soon. So what am I saying? I'm saying this, if not now, when do you think it's time for you to go private? When do you think it's time for you to start learning how to administer private contract trusts that are protected by the Constitution against impairing of the contract? When is it time to get you and your stuff, your estate? People are like, what does estate mean? What is your estate? It's pretty much all your stuff and your family stuff. Your family estate, my family stuff. When is it time for you to get you and your family and your family's estate out of the public? Do you even understand what's going on? I bet you. We're going to read this thing. I had to read this thing like twice to understand what these dudes are talking about. Why? Because it's slick language. That's why. Because this dude is a prince. This dude is a prince. And he's been royalty his entire life. And my man talks cold business. Cold business. I was a little envious and jealous for a second until I realized that this man is on the other side of the board from me. But it's sometimes, you know, you got to admire your enemies. I understand who I am, and I know who my enemies are. I know where enemy territory is, and I know that it's best to get my things and my people outside of enemy territory. And the best thing that I can do for y'all is to teach trust administration. I do not sell trusts. We teach trust administration through an educational curriculum and format, and there are materials that go along with the education. Beyond that, I don't know what to tell you. To say this, and I mean no disrespect. because y'all my people, y'all my family, y'all my brothers, y'all my sisters. I love y'all, man. This is the reason why I do this. Like I'm good. I'm telling y'all I'm good. People who know me know I'm good. We haven't even figured out this system yet, and they're about to reset it. Do you feel successful? Do you feel like you figured it out? Do you feel like you made it in America and you're living in the American dream or whatever the hell they're talking about? Do you feel like it? Yo, go to the World Economic Forum and check that they're about to do a great reset on this whole entire system. They're about to rebalance investments, accelerating sustainable investments. They're about to reorientate long-standing incentive structures. And they're talking about changing the relationship between wild, domestic, and human animals. Man, y'all got to watch the video. It's an hour and some change. You got to watch that video. You got to pay attention to what's happening in that video. You got to understand what they're saying in that video. You might have to watch it twice. But I would pay attention specifically to what that so-called prince is saying. Because this is no joke, man. This is no joke. This is what I've been talking about. This is what I've been saying. You think we're going to be this huge wealth transfer without this huge reset? And there's going to be mad casualties. And I'm trying to get y'all ahead of this. The best way I can help get y'all ahead of this is to teach y'all trust administration. That's it. You can think I'm tripping. You can think I'm playing. The foundation is understanding trust administration, contract law, jurisdiction, separation of powers, arm's length, and not self-dealing. And understand and teach you how to stand on the validity of the trust contract as a legal, lawful, separate entity, recognized to do business in this weird system, man. If the loan to the company was less than $25,000, they didn't even ask for a security agreement. Some people don't make $25,000 in a year. But if you set up your business even 30 days before the pandemic hit, you stood to get thousands and thousands of dollars through a corporation, direct deposited into a business account. This is what I've been trying to get y'all in the position for. I've been telling y'all the wealth transfer was coming. I've been telling y'all they're about to reset this stuff. I've been telling y'all it's not a game. And I speak like this because I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't really deal with fear too much. I really don't. I really don't deal with fear too much. But, man, the thing that I fear is looking at my people and not being able to help them. And I'm telling you, if you don't somehow learn private contract trust administration from a proper mentor or program, you are probably not going to make it. And I don't mean you're finna die. I'm just saying, man, look, you finna get on this other side of this transition. You're going to be economically distressed. You're going to be really apt to these socialist agendas. And it's because you're going to do your dance over there and be mad and maybe even resentful towards us. We took this knowledge, this information, and we applied it to action and intention. My concern is for y'all. My concern is that me and my family is moving around and we see a family that looks like us, but we can't help it and they're going through it and they ain't going to make it. My concern is having to explain that to my children and seeing Superman Daddy not being able to be Superman Daddy in that situation. That's my concern. And y'all can go to this World Economic Forum. Go check it out, man. This ain't no conspiracy, man. I ain't make this up. I'm not over here talking about, oh, this is why, I was on this website and on these forums and people was talking and Alex Jones. I'm not playing. I don't play. My name is Sot, seeker of truth, speaker of truth. Ain't no conspiracy theories. You can read this stuff from the website. It's right there. They got it in plain English. Globalization 4.0. What does it mean? After World War II, the international community came together to build a shared future. Now it must do so again, owing to the slow and uneven recovery in the decades since the global financial crisis. A substantial part of society has become disaffected and embittered, not only with politics and politicians, but also with globalization and the entire economic system it underpins. In an era of widespread insecurity and frustration, populism has become increasingly attractive as an alternative to the status quo. They are getting scared. Last time something like this happened, these people in charge was losing their heads. But populist discourse eludes and often confounds the substantive distinctions between two concepts: globalization and globalism. Globalization is a phenomenon driven by technology and the movement of ideas, people, and goods, while globalism is an ideology that prioritizes the neoliberal global order over national interests. Nobody can deny that we are living in a globalized world, but whether all of our policies should be globalists is highly debatable. After all, the moment of crisis has raised important questions about a global governance architecture. With more and more voters demanding to take back control from global forces, the challenge is to restore sovereignty in a world that requires cooperation. Check out the language. Rather than closing off economies through protectionism and nationalist politics, we must forge a new social compact between citizens and their leaders so that everyone feels secure enough at home to remain open to the world at large. Failing that, the ongoing disintegration of our social fabric could ultimately lead to the collapse of democracy. So now you see what the concern is for these people: the collapse of democracy. Moreover, the challenges associated with the fourth industrial revolution, here it goes again, are coinciding with the rapid emergence of ecological constraints, the advent of an increasingly multipolar international order, and rising inequality. These integrated developments are ushering in a new era of globalization. Whether it will improve the human condition will depend on whether corporate, local, national, and international governance can adapt in time. Meanwhile, a new framework for global public-private cooperation has been taking shape. I told you they already started this stuff. Public-private cooperation is about harnessing the private sector and open markets to drive economic growth for the public good, with the environmental sustainability and social inclusiveness always in mind. But to determine the public good, we must identify the root cause of inequality. For example, while open markets and increased competition certainly produce winners and losers in the international arena, they may be having an even more pronounced effect on inequality at the national level. Moreover, the growing divide between the precariat and the privileged is being reinforced by the fourth industrial revolution business models, which often derive rents from owning capital or intellectual property. So you got to own capital or intellectual property or own capital producing assets. This is what I've been talking. Y'all, I know some of y'all do, but to the OGs, man, how long have I been talking? Man, closing the divide requires us to recognize that we are living in a new type of innovation-driven economy. Innovation-driven economy. We have to understand that. We are living in an innovation-driven economy. So we went from an industrial, second industrial, third, now fourth industrial. And the new global norms, standards, policies, and conventions are needed to safeguard the public trust. The new economy has already disrupted and recombined countless industries and dislocated millions of workers. It has dematerialized production by increasing the knowledge intensity of value creation. It is heightening competition within domestic product, capital, and labor markets, as well as among countries adopting different trade and investment strategies. And it's fueling distrust, particularly of technology companies and their stewardship of our data. The unprecedented pace of technological change means that our systems of health, transportation, communication, production, distribution, and energy, just to name a few, will be completely transformed. What? Hold on. Systems of health, transportation, communication, production, distribution, and energy will be completely transformed? Managing that change will require not just new frameworks for national and multinational cooperation, but also a new model of education. A new model of education, complete with targeted programs for teaching workers new skills with advances in robotics and artificial intelligence in the context of aging societies. We're getting old. We will have to move from a narrative of production and consumption toward one of sharing and caring. Fam, do you understand the gravitas of the situation that is being described on this show on the foundation? So we're about to move from a consumer-based economy to a sharing and caring economy is what they're telling you, man. Globalization 4.0 has only just begun, but we are already vastly unprepared for it, clinging to an outdated mind state and tinkering with our existing processes and institutions will not do. Rather, we need to redesign them from the ground up so that we can capitalize on new opportunities that await us while avoiding the kind of disruptions that we are witnessing today. As we develop a new approach to the new economy, we must remember that we are not playing a zero-sum game. A zero-sum game means there's winners and losers. A non-zero-sum game means that there's a game that can be over, a game that can be played, and there's all winners and no losers. I'm just letting y'all know. This is not a matter of free trade or protectionism, technology or jobs, immigration or protecting citizens, and growth or equality. Those are all false dichotomies which we can avoid by developing policies that favor and over or allowing all sets of interests to be sued in parallel or at the same time, to be sure. Pessimists will argue that political conditions are standing in the way of a productive global dialogue about globalization 4.0 and the new economy. But realists will use the current moment to explore the gaps in the present system and to identify the requirements for a future approach. An optimist will hold out hope that future-oriented stakeholders will create a community of shared interest and ultimately shared purpose. The changes that are underway today, see, I told you it's hard. They admit it. They talk about a forum in 2021, but then they turn around and say the changes that are underway today are not isolated to a particular country, industry, or issue. They're universal and thus require a global response. Failing to adopt a new cooperative approach would be a tragedy for humankind. To draft a blueprint for a shared global governance architecture, we must avoid becoming mired in the current moment of crisis management. Specifically, the task will require two things of the international community: wider engagement and heightened imagination. The engagement of all stakeholders in sustained dialogue will be crucial, as will the imagination to think systemically and beyond one's own short-term institutional and national considerations. You got to think outside of your country as well as outside of your institution, whether that be a religious institution, family institution. So I keep going. These will be the two organization principles of the World Economic Forum's upcoming annual meeting in Davos, Klosters. I don't know, man. I try, though, which will convene under the theme of Globalization 4.0, shaping a new architecture in the age of the fourth industrial revolution. Ready or not, a new world is upon us. I ain't trying to freak y'all out. I'm trying to speak the truth, let y'all know what's goody. What's really good is the Great Reset. I couldn't have named it better myself. I truly believe, I'm convicted that, this is something that has never been seen before. We are witnessing history on levels unprecedented. And those in the proper position are going to vastly benefit more than those who are not. Sitting on the sidelines and getting information and waiting for the right time to move, you're going to get left behind. It is happening now, right now. And if you're not making moves to get right, to get in a position, to get good and get gone, you're playing yourself and you're playing your future generations. I know it's a lot. I know it's some heavy stuff, but I'm here for you. You know, my name is So L. I'm the seeker of truth. I'm the speaker of truth, and I ain't playing no games, and I ain't got a 12-step program to sell you. But what I will do is offer, in contract, in trust, an educational trustee training program. You can email me at admin@welcometothefoundation to get more information, but I think it's time. Matter of fact, it's past time. Those that listened to me last year, 6 months ago, they're benefiting, and they're getting their hands on value, assets, and the first wave of the wealth transfer has already hit. But there's more waves to come, and you can definitely get yourself into position. If you are checking out this show, whether live or archived, and you're not happy with your economic situation, you need to email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. You tried everything else. You've made it this far, and left to your own control, this is what has got you. And there's nothing to say anything about that. There's nothing personal about you or say anything about your intelligence. It's about the information that you have, which limits the decisions and actions that you can make. And I'm here to fulfill my mission. And a big part of that is trustee training. So admin@welcometothefoundation.com. I mean, y'all need to check this out. Y'all need to check out this video. Y'all need to read. You need to check this out. You need to check this out, and then hit me up. admin@welcometothefoundation.com, and let's get it popping. Let's make this work. These excuses, they ain't gonna matter. You got 45 seconds, real quick, left in the broadcast. I'm gonna stream a little bit. 424-222-5250. If you are checking this out online, you will get cut off in about 30 seconds. I thought about this show really heavy, you know. I thought about the way I was going to come at this show. I put a lot of energy into this show, you know. I would like to say that there's a lot of value, a lot of currency, a lot of commodities, you know, in this episode right here. And I trust that you gained something from it, you know. Like I said, I'm not trying to scare you, but I really thought we had more time. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I did not see the coronavirus coming. I was not prepared, you know, at all for, you know, the Black Swan event. You know, that was the coronavirus. Who saw it coming? I thought we had at least another year, you know. I was thinking, I remember I said, like, I think we got like 6 to 18 months. And I think that was like 3 months later, like this whole thing popped off or something. I was completely wrong. So I apologize for getting that wrong. But I'm still here. We still make moves, man. We still got time. admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Anybody, you know, checking out the show, if you know, trustee, or, you know, if you got a consultation and you got your business in order and you applied through the business for the economic disaster loan or whatever, and you had positive results, I like to hear about it. I know that, you know, this information changes lives and it changes economic realities. It's just the, you know, you got to find it, you got to get it, you got to learn it, you got to apply it. The 3 B's: believe, begin, become. And, you know, you be doing your dance. You be doing your dance. Don't be scared. There's nothing to fear, yo. Nothing to fear at all. You know, if you going outside and it's raining, and I'm like, oh, it's raining, does that scare you? No. You just like, all right, I'm going to grab my umbrellas. Let me grab this umbrella and this rain jacket and these boots. Cover my anklets. You don't get freaked out, lay on the floor, and don't go anywhere. Nah, you just prepare. This is preparation information for all my preppers in the house. Man, my man's typing on the chat's wide open. Could you look the document over I sent you? Who is this? Who's in the chat? I can't see your name. What is this? This is a private? I'm in the chat real quick. Hold on. Many algorithms. What are you talking about, fam? Oh my God, I had a dream about the grocery store overcharging for food. Double talk. Document I sent you, please, or read over again. Thank you. Who is this? I don't get it. Is this a private chat? I can't get it off my screen. Mail's algorithm performance is less accurate than most applications involving children. Yo, this looks interesting. So I'm just going to copy all this and check it out later. Oops. Because I'm doing the show, yo. But this looks interesting. I don't know what document you sent. A lot of people confuse me with Yusuf. And I'm Sot. What is this? Is another one? Close that. How do I get this out of here? Okay, here we go. What? A couple of years ago. Yo, who is this? I can't get this chat off me. I can't close it. All right, man. I'm about to go to the phone lines. Yo, Purple Pill. Purple Pill left. I think Purple Pill got some got some of that dance. Yo, please don't ever send me a private chat again. I don't know how to do this. All right, I'm going to go to the phone lines, man. I apologize, man. I just got distracted with this chat. Everything is highlighted. Blog Talk is fresh. What we got? Area code 925-1306. 925-1306. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing, man?
Hey, Brian from the Bay. What's going on, man?
Nothing. Showing my support. Wanting to do by doing it.
Ooh, yo, you muffled, fam. Hold on.
Hello?
You really muffled.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Whatever you was doing was all bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fitting, so. Can you hear? All right, cool. So I appreciate what you do on the course. My thing is, I'm gonna ask questions that you probably can't get the chance to. So I'm listening to your stuff, and I realized that I made some decisions that I now wish I would have started doing by listening to it earlier. So I don't have no money right now. All right, I just lost my job, and so what can I do right now? And let's say I have also I'm not a person that got great credit right now. So what can I do to help me in the position to help my family? If I don't got good credit right now, I'm not on the working. What steps should I try to do to get in the best position? Hello? Hello?
You said you lost your job and you have no credit.
Yeah, I'm basically saying I don't got no credit. I got bad credit. I lost my job, and let's say, what do I do to start trying to make a move to be in a better position? What steps did you get me to start off with?
I would always say that the first thing to do is to start off with you got to inventory your skills. I always say, what are you good at? What do you enjoy, and what are you passionate about? And then work on attempting to as quickly as possible monetize those skills. I think at this point, right now, learning skills on the internet is priceless right now. You know what I mean? And starting your own business, starting a dropship company, starting a couple businesses right now is what to do. Especially if you lost your job and not working. Sure, your credit's a little messed up, but in that situation, you have a lot of time, and right now there's a lot of protections for people. I would just say, right now it's time to take inventory of your skills, your passions, and invest time in retraining or adding to your skills and attempting to monetize those skills through the internet, social media, or something like that. Everybody's on the internet. Everybody's on the internet. Grandparents, young children. It's not. Everybody's on the internet now. I remember when back in the day it was just the young people or something like that, and whatever. But everyone's on the internet right now, and I think right now with the information we have, like I said, there's really no reason to be poor anymore, in my opinion. And I could be saying that from a privileged position, but it's still my opinion.
Okay. All right. So let's say I start doing that and I get to a point when I'm actually able to find something that I like and I'm able to make something from it. How would I go by trying to, get contact with you? Because maybe I'm not a business person yet. I don't really have a company. How much would I need to try to get a company, or anything like that? That would be my question. If I do have some money, but not a lot, where should I try to start at? Let's say I only got $500 right now that I could spare to lose. Where should I go from there?
I mean, well, first, don't want to spare to lose nothing. I think, that would be, you would have to invest. But I mean, I would definitely get some information. Look, a consultation with me is $55 for an entire hour. And in an hour, I can get you a lot of information on how to open your business in a lot of jurisdictions and most everywhere except for Illinois. You can have your LLC up and running and everything that you need with less than $500. A lot of times less than $200. A lot of times less than, $150, depending on, what state you're in. And a lot of people think that this stuff costs a lot of money and is very expensive. The information is expensive. The applications are relatively cheap, as far as I'm concerned. So I would definitely, whether it's me or someone else, get some books or, how to start a business for dummies. There's a lot of different resources that you can get your hand on to, start making moves and stuff. I would just, you got to begin. You got to start. You got to go. You got to get moving.
All right. I like that. I'm not going to hold it up. I just want to ask questions that, like I said. So let's say, all right, but would it be feasible for me to try to, start about getting a company, but I'm not really knowing how I'm going to make the money from it? Would that make sense for me to start a company? And let's say I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to get the money coming in, or should I focus on that first and have like a residual income and then worry about the company?
I mean, honestly, when it comes to that, I think one of the first things to do is start a company. Because
even if you don't have nothing.
Even if what?
Well, no, I'll say even if you don't know how you're going to make profit off of the company.
Yeah, I would say yes, because A business credit profile is much more advantageous than an individual credit profile. And even if you don't have no money for business, you spending money on toilet paper, you spending money on brooms and dustpans, you spending money on dish soap, you spending money on laundry soap, you spending money. And you could be spending that same money from a different entity and building business credit. So that will expand your access to capital, which expands your opportunities. Even if you don't know what you want to do for business, you can still build a business credit. And then, amend the operating agreement and change the purpose of the business to whatever you decide. That's no problem.
All right. That makes I can't say nothing wrong with that. The last thing, I guess, for a question is, all right, yeah. So, all right, so I do that. So how long would it take for me to be able to actually, if I get past, let's say 3 months from now, I'm actually finding someone like, I'm going to do that. And would it take me how long does it take for a person to actually be able to use the credit to go invest in something or work with something? Is it a long process, or is it like, a couple of months? Or it depends on how much, as far as you paying for stuff?
I break business credit down into tiers, and I usually, allow 3 to 4 months for tier 1, and then I don't know. I would usually tell people 6 to 9 months for tier 2, and then you're looking at a year plus for tier 3 and stuff. And tier 1 is more of net credit, Uline, Granger, MSC Industrial Supply, Pitney Bowes. These types of things where, you got to pay in terms of net. So net 14, net 30, net 55. Basically, you got 14 days or 55 days or 30 days to pay the bill. Net credit is not revolving credit. You can't make a minimum payment. And that's where people start. Tier 1. Tier 2, you start adding, business phone lines, getting gas cards for the business, stuff like that. Tier 3 is straight up, credit cards. You get, business credit from Dell, Apple computers. There's the different types of vendors that, start extending credit. American Express, and then beyond that. But I say, if you're going to work it tough and you're going to work it hard and take it seriously, you can have like tier 3 credit in like a year and a half or less on a business. And most of y'all know time flies. We already in June. We're already halfway through the year. Imagine that. Halfway through 2020. So, all you gotta do is begin. Just start somewhere.
All right. And once the person gets to that position, they should try to contact you so they can be able to get further knowledge so they can use the trust or the information that you know about with trust to help them further on.
Yeah. Yeah, or you can find a trust mentor. I just from what I understand, the foundation, we're the only ones that offer everything that we offer in-house. Business trust, asset trust, family trust, business credit, establishment, operating agreements, the system of interrelating trusts, asset exchanges into the trust, purchases with the trust, just the whole administration of the private entities in the private estate with the public entities. And then, there's other stuff. You can private family foundations, 501c3 tax exempt entities. I mean, I feel like the foundation is, all of it's in one spot. Private family banking, life insurance policies, private financial endowments, private placement accounts. And these are things that you're going to, establish with a trust or a foundation. And that's part of the private education and trustee training. So, not to say that we're the only place to get the information, but I think it's the foundation. Hey, I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Well, that goes to the the person that been doing that and all the hard work that you've been putting in. You're trying to make places where people the goal where you didn't have when you started to make it easier. So people appreciate that. I appreciate that, And I was going to ask another question, but I feel like, I'll let somebody else actually have a question that they might need to want to ask you. But the only thing I would say is you're right. It's opportunity for people to make a move. So therefore, people need to start jumping and doing it. You just take one step at a time. So that's it.
Yeah, I mean, appreciate you, fam. I'm not. The switchboard is acting weird, so I'm think I'm gonna end the show after this. But I appreciate you, man.
Wow, damn.
I can't see the callers. I can see the chat room messed the call. I don't know, something with the chat room, and then someone just sent a private message, and it messed everything up.
Okay. So let me ask you another question.
Reading documents or something. Go ahead.
All right. So let me ask another question. So you already discussed about the goal, how people could be able to start from little, being able to go to little pawn shops and stuff to see silver and learn the spot price, so they can be able to make moves on that. And it still seems like it's opportunity. But let's say if I was a person that want to look inside life policy, because I'm seeing the power of policy, finally noticing it. How much would you recommend for a person to start off with? If they don't have a lot, like would be a minimum. Not like you're an expert or nothing, but would be a minimum you think will help a person start off with?
I would say a minimum of $5,000 a year. That's what I would say. Minimum of $5,000. Minimum $2,500 a year. But using that as a family bank, it's gonna take a long time to get the bank funded. Quote. You know what I mean? At that, right. That's a little of a number. But
so
yeah.
It just depends on how much if at the least for a person they can at least get started with $5,000 a year, and people be able to do that.
Yeah, I also teach clients to put all their money in their.
Hey, I ain't trying to get you everything.
No, I mean it's cool. I teach clients to put all their money, like put all their money in the policy, and then just to borrow it out, and then
right,
it's and then pay it back. You pay it back. It's
paying yourself
expense. Back. Well, it's also an expense. It's a write-off, especially if you're using the trust.
Right.
Repayment of the loan plus the plus the interest on the loan, quote, is a write-off. An expense. It's an expense to the trust, But
some of it's probably going to weigh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. But still, so what though? People, whatever. People need to hear, man. I'm not just because what's going on with people's head. Don't mean I'm not going to say it. Like that's how you get used to it. You start hearing stuff that you ain't never heard before, and then you start asking questions. What does that mean? Whatever.
So yeah,
put all your bread into the. You put all your bread and then put all your bread into the policy, right? Okay, check this out. I'm feeling good today, so this is what I'm gonna say. We streaming too, so it's not live.
Okay.
If you put the policy in the foundation, that's tax exempt, and then you put all your money into the policy, like all of your income into the policy, you're gonna get a charitable deduction up to 30%, and then you can borrow it back. So you still get a charitable deduction. Let's say you made $100,000. Let's say I made $100,000, man, and I donated $30,000 to the foundation, and I got a charitable deduction on my taxes for $30,000. That's what I donated, but I still got control of the $30,000 because I control the foundation, because I'm the trustee of the foundation, and I can just offer it as a loan back to let's say like a business trust that is part of the estate, or something like that. I don't know though.
Right. And that might help a person too, because the only thing I was thinking is that, as the individual ain't really quote unquote paper. They're no longer they're not being seen because it's being going through the trust and all the other stuff. So all you're doing as the individual is just donating your money.
Yeah, it looks weird if an individual donates and then the individual receives a loan from the same entity it donated to. You know what I'm saying? Okay, word. But it's different if an individual donates and then a trust receives a loan. Like, you know, I don't know. You know, I guess it depends on the substantiation.
Right, and you might know, might have something to do with that, but that has nothing to do with the individual.
I don't know. You know, I just execute the contract, man. I'm the trustee. I just, I follow the contract. Hey, I have no personal say in what happens. It's up to the board. It's completely up to the board.
Just a cog on the machine of that trust.
Yeah, I'm under private contract. I may have said too much. I think I'm under non-disclosure, so I may have said too much already.
Yeah, I got you. Well, well, that's like I said, I can't think of no more. I'm hoping people actually was able to understand, those questions I was asking. So I hope somebody really benefited from it. And keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate what you do, man. You've been doing this for a long time, and understand that if you don't see the fruits of your labors now, you're going to see it in the future because you've been planting these seeds, and these people are appreciating it. You could, you could tell by others that decide to always come on this platform and say something. And I'm hoping from all the other people texting each other so that they appreciate what you're doing. For people who don't know, you don't have to do this, and therefore you're doing it at the kindness of your heart.
Most definitely, man. But hey, I do it for the cause, man. I do it for my people. The accolades are dope. I appreciate it, though. You know what I'm saying? But I feel it, man. I'm just the messenger. I'm just playing my part, man. All's the world a stage, and I'm out here.
All right.
I appreciate you calling in, man. I don't know if I can mute you though. I'm gonna try. The switchboard is tripping.
I'll be quiet.
Thanks. Appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, peace to the guys. All right, y'all. That's it, yo. I know there might be some callers. I'm pretty sure there are because I saw there was more. But then, this switchboard is being really, it's being special. I don't know. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna chalk it up to faulty internet connectivity. Even though I tried to refresh this joint, but it is what it is. I do enjoy interacting with y'all though. So it's a shame, but there it is. Hey, look, I'm not trying to freak nobody out. I'm keeping y'all informed. I'm telling the truth. It's not about that, but this great reset is popping. And the GLOBALIZATION 4.0 is going down. I highly invite you to look into this information. Check out the worldeconomicforum.org. Great reset. You can check it out. And, peruse the website. Check out the materials. Click on the buttons that said learn more. Read the stuff. Take your time. And see how you feel about it. See how it makes you feel. And if it makes you feel any way close to how it made me feel, you're going to want to do something about it. And when you're ready to do something about it, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. I don't know what else to say. The foundation is trust administration, understanding trust law, understanding contract law. Then you can start putting commercial law in there. Then you can start putting, international law in there. People try to make you think law goes from the top down, but it really goes from the bottom up. I guess it depends on how you look at it, as above, so below. But as I stand my post attentively, it is my duty to bring to your attention what I see is popping. And this thing is no joke. While all this stuff is going on, they're pushing worldwide agendas. And we need to be aware of them and understand the true severity of the situation and act accordingly. Notice how I said act. which is a verb. Description, which is act, is what you do. You got to do something. And I trust that this episode of the Foundation has inspired you to do something. So admin at welcometothefoundation.com, even if it's just a consultation, just to get your bearings, just to figure out, where you want to start, and tell me what you want, and I take notes and I'll lay it on you. Unbiased. I do my best to put myself in your situation and tell you what I would do in that situation, and hopefully that helps. But other than that, it's all about trustee training at this point, and I'm here for you. So, like I said, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Check out the email list. Sign up. Free PDFs. Learn up. There's the education tab. Passport No Social, Volume 1 and 2. Trust Series, Volume 1 and 2. Foundation Trust Primer. Learn up. And then, sync up. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Let's jump in some trustee training. Let's get your LLC popping. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's bankrupt an LLC and not have it, affect us personally. Why not? I'm doing it at least once in my life. What about you? Life goals, you know what I'm saying? I got a bucket list. It's kind of interesting. I love y'all, man. I really do. Anybody, who's humble, who values himself, who's willing to, say I made a mistake and I'm willing to learn. Man, I love the mess out of you. And it's y'all that, keep me doing this. It's the inspiration. It's the voice, the energy and the cadence in your voice when you call me all excited, man. It's what I live for. I want to help y'all get free, man. I really do, because it's a beautiful thing. It's gorgeous. It feels wonderful. Absolutely amazing. And you deserve it. If I can get it, you can get it. I come from nothing, from zero, negative. And hey, it's a beautiful thing. So believe in yourself. I believe in you. So I encourage you to, check out the World Economic Forum. Be serious about this great reset. And, act accordingly. Check out the archives of the foundation, catch up. As well as, make some moves. Make some distinct move that benefits you and benefits yours. You can do it. You deserve it. But you got to put in work. When you put in the work, can't nobody tell you don't deserve it. Straight up. That's when that free will come into play. So, prove to yourself that you deserve it. In the meantime, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. We only get one life. These fools trying to scare us to death. I'm outside listening to birds chirp. Enjoying some cold-pressed coffee from the Himalayas. It's what you make of it, So, hey, it's gonna be all good, and I got your back, So, whatever you need, I'm here for you. But in the meantime, enjoy yourself, take care of yourself, but don't play around. And take this stuff seriously. Take your life seriously. Take your value seriously. Take your energy seriously. And take your labor seriously, as well as your emotional health. And your respect. You deserve to be respected, and you deserve to respect yourself. So, stand up. I'll help you up, but let's get this and let's do this dance. So, admin at welcometothefoundation.com if you need a kick in the pants. Otherwise, enjoy yourself. I'll catch y'all next week. Before you go to sleep, make sure you say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight. When you wake up, before you, brush your funky mouth, say 10 things that you're thankful for. And watch how your day is different from the day before. And I'll catch you here next week. Same time. Same day, Wednesday. Same network, high frequency. And, we're going to continue to do that dance and, fight that good fight against ignorance. Because, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. So, love y'all. Take care of yourself. 10 things you're thankful for. Enjoy yourself. Smile. Take care of the people you love. You deserve it. But don't give up and keep working hard. I got you. Admin, welcome to the foundation. Be safe. And peace to the gods.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.